Hello, everyone, and welcome on this Thursday evening for our testimonials and stories. We are so excited that you're here. I'm usually not here on Thursday, so I'm super excited. And we're all very blessed that you decided to spend 30 minutes of your evening with us. But for those of you who do not know me, my name is Laura Balzer. I'm a senior presidential director with LifeWave. I have been a part of this company for almost 4 years. David, I can't believe I said that out loud, but it has been absolutely amazing. And I feel very blessed to be a part of tonight and be with David. So, David, why don't you introduce yourself? Because there's probably some newbies on here.
Yes, yes. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining our Thursday podcast. And I'm usually here. And thank you, Laura, for substituting tonight. We appreciate you. I will introduce myself. I'm David, and I've been with LifeWave now for over 5 years. So a little bit more than you there, Laura.
I know. Oh my
God. But it's going to be a fun pack tonight. We're excited. So if you don't mind, Laura, I'm going to get straight into the disclaimer.
I would. If you can do the disclaimer and jump into these interviews, I'm excited to hear these ladies speak.
All right, me too. So, just so everybody know, LifeWave's disclaimers: the statements we make on LifeWave products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical conditions. Our content is for informational and educational purposes only. Please consult with your physician or appropriate healthcare provider with respect to your own symptoms or medical issues. Our technology is not proven based on conventional medicine standards and should not be used in place of Medicare. All right. With that, I got that done. If you can help me, Laura, still with Diane, if you don't mind.
Absolutely. I will be on the lookout for her.
Awesome. So like I said, we're gonna have a treat tonight. We have a great testimony coming up. It's our good friend out in North Carolina, Cathy G is what we like to call her. Cathy.
Hello.
Let me know when you are ready for me to share screen, and I'll be happy to do it. And then go ahead and share your testimony on how did the patch found you and how has it helped you so far.
Okay. Well, so back in June, a close friend of mine who once upon a time, she's kind of like a blessing in disguise to me, Maria, showed me a water machine, and I had been diagnosed with Lyme's disease 3 years prior back in Michigan. And we moved to North Carolina. I've been here about 17 years. And I was in a really bad state at that point because they had given me doxycycline for about 7 months. And then I did ivermectin. I'm not ivermectin, zithromycin, where you would do a Z-Pack. Say five, one a day. They gave me one in the morning, one at night for 7 months. So my digestive system, leaky gut, I was a hot mess. And so I quit altogether. Wasn't helping. I was introduced to the water machine when I got up to North Carolina, down to North Carolina from Michigan. And it was really worked out well for me for 4 or 5 years. But as things just, you're getting older and the Lyme's just starts wreaking havoc everywhere. And then of course, COVID didn't help. And so I had to stop playing tennis and doing everything I love to do. Play pickleball, all kinds of things, because my toes were going numb, from the big foot to the now progressing to the other feet. Just chest pains. I didn't know if the Lyme's was attacking that January before I started. But by June, Maria introduced me to these patches. And I ended up going and meeting Sally and David and at a meeting. And it was just life-changing because at that point I heard what they said, and I just went all in. I said, I've got to do this. I had probably about 100 symptoms at that point. And I'm talking from ringing ears, my vision wasn't as good as it is now. I am, like I said, I was weak. If I'd walk down here toward the lake and walk back up, I couldn't make it back up without stopping and huffing and puffing. And that kind of came after COVID, I believe. But the limping was off the rails because I had had a new knee a few years earlier due to the Lyme's attacking my graft of an ACL that it was repaired. And my other knee turned to be bone on bone because it was 15 years of limping. And David can show the pictures of a friend of mine who was also a blessing to me. For some reason, on 2 vacations in the last 2 years, she videoed me coming out of the beach and kind of needing assistance from my son. My son would run down to the beach knowing how that I can't get up an incline at all. This would be here, my cousin who is currently 74 and I'm 59. But this was 2 years ago, about a year ago, year and a half, and we're down in Florida, and I can barely move. And it hurts so bad when I stop here that I have to stop and I just kind of like gather myself and rub my chin, you know.
You want me to
Can
go
you
ahead and
play
play it?
that?
Kathy, you
Yeah,
want me to go
yeah.
ahead and play it? Okay,
Can
here
you
we go.
hear me when I
Yes.
okay. So when I'm walking there, I'm trying to get off of the knee that I've already had surgery on 2 years ago. But the Lyme's disease just totally attacks that area. So both knees at this point are swelling. So when I stop there and grab my chin, I'm just kind of like, okay, I literally had stopped there, grabbed my chin, and I'm looking how far, and I put my hat toward my back, and I look, how far do I have to go? And then I cut across over to go where my girlfriend was videoing. I didn't know she was videoing me. And it was weird. I was slightly appalled that she had videoed me here and another time. And not knowing, sometimes to me, the Lord's purpose is you never know what the plan is. And she didn't know why she did it either. She just did it. And she has another one. It's the same. She's a close friend, a sister from another mother. She's also patching. And you have another video there?
I don't. That was the only one that came through.
Oh, okay. I had another one where my son is helping me out. I had sent first. But if it didn't come through, I had trouble with my Wi-Fi over here. But that's me. I was coming out of the beach on another occasion. I was walking up backwards because he tried to help me holding my hand, and I had to turn around and just walk backwards because the pain on the incline was just so bad, and even in the ankles. So since then, I have no numbness in my feet at all. That went away within 2 months. And I want to say I started the protocol that Sally gave me that she used on her mother for bone on bone knee. And I started that, I want to say the mid August. By mid September, it had gotten so much better, the swelling. But then all mid September, it must have been vascularizing. So it kind of got a little bit worse where I'd call her and go, "What's going on, Sally?" And she says, "Well, you can't be out playing golf and you can't be walking around and trying to do so much." My mother just sat still, it was during COVID, and she's, was pushing 80. And so she says, "It's just going to take longer if you're going to be banging on it." Well, all of a sudden, by the end of October, it ended. I mean, I just one day said to my husband, "I can't believe this. It's just gone." So I right now am on 2 tennis teams. I have a tennis match tomorrow. I play USTA, and I also play pickleball twice a week. And I can go golf with my sons. And I just came back from Florida, so I am a little bit tan. And I walked 4 miles on the beach one day with brand new shoes that I bought on the way down there, just walking shoes, because I'm so excited to be on the beach and not be in pain. I took a video and I sent to my kids and said, "This is me with my new shoes walking on the beach," because they knew that I'm lucky to get out to the chair and back.
Oh man.
And so I have walked so much in the last week or so that I am so sore just from walking, just my muscles, that I have to relearn how to walk properly, basically. But the vertigo I had went away within 10 days of taking the patches. I had vertigo constantly. If I laid down for any kind of therapy, I'd literally have to wait. My spine was so bad, they'd have to help me up because my girlfriend, who is a chiropractor, and her husband look at my and just shake their head because my whole neck, because of the Lyme's disease, had fused together. Every vertebrae is fused and the inflammation is gone. I can look up, I can look down, I can turn around. I could never do any of this. Never. And I'd have to lift my head up and move it, literally manually move it on the pillow. That's what I used to do. That's what my life was 6 months ago. So I don't know what it's doing, but it's straightened my back. My back was curved, and I had that hump growing in the back. And my girlfriend named it. The one chiropractor, I don't know the name of it. It's gone. The hump in my back is gone. That bending that I had has now straightened. So now my shoulders have gone back where they belong. So now it doesn't hurt to sleep on my side. I'm a side sleeper. My shoulders were hurting so much. And I'd say, why is this so bad? And she says, it's because your back is rounded. But I had so much calcium buildup that she could see in the x-rays that they can't adjust me because it's frozen. I was frozen like that. And it's gone. My shoulders are back where they belong. And I'm just, yeah.
Sounds like the light have found you.
Yeah, there's a totally different quality of life I'm living. I've got them all over me right now, and I'm reading through one of these books, picking out, okay, what am I going to work on next?
You're definitely glowing, my friend. You're definitely
Yeah,
wow, incredible story. And we will definitely let the audience know, how to do this and how to get this. But we do also, and I'm just making sure we're on time here, Kathy. So thank you
yeah.
so much. That's definitely a
Can
pleasure.
I, is
You
it,
want to
can
ask
I
some
ask
questions,
a
Laura?
question? I have a question. Kathy, how long have you been patching? How long have you been patching?
Since about the first week of June, I believe it was. And then I will tell you a little tidbit. I literally jumped in the car about, I don't know, whenever that regional meeting was in Orlando. I remember walking out of the room at one point. I said, Steve, I said, he knew I'd been down on the dock just reading, listening, watching, watching every video I could. He goes, what are you doing down there? I jumped, I said, Steve, it's Tuesday. I said, I think I'm leaving Thursday. I'm going to Florida. And I'm
Wow.
in North Carolina, Charlotte. And I jumped in the car. I said, I'll know tomorrow, but I'm going to drive down there. I met my cousin Janet that was helping me drag up that chair, that she was dragging the chair up there. And she lives in Florida. And we met and we went to the one, Dr. Stacy was there and Peter. And I literally drove 8.5, 9 hours to get there.
Yep,
And
I remember that. I remember that one. Yes, I do. Do
I
you
said,
mind me
I said,
asking how
something's
old you
happening. And
are?
I said, my vertigo's gone. My life is changing. I got to go find out. I got to go find out what's going on here. And I was just so excited about it. And
Do you mind me asking how old you are?
I just turned 59. And
Awesome.
right now I feel like I just reverted back to about 48.
Well,
I have the energy back. Let me tell you one last tidbit. I drove in December 11 hours. I pulled out of West Palm Beach area at 10 or 11:10 a.m. and pulled into my driveway at 10:10 p.m. by myself. I never took a nap. I stopped 4 times on the expressway and I was wide awake, singing songs. I had energy patches on me. I talked to 5 or 6 friends and listened to some podcasts, and I never stopped. And my family about blew a gasket. They could not believe, because I used to be the one that stopped every 20 minutes because my kidneys were in rough shape. So if I said I had 100 symptoms, I can't even name them here. It'd take too long.
wow.
The Lyme's was going to take me out. I will tell
Yes.
you. So
Yes.
this is a blessing from God. I prayed on it, and this is it.
Wow. The light found you. The love
Yep.
found you. And our Lord found you. That's beautiful. What a great
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
So,
It's wonderful.
Laura, you have any further questions? I would love
No,
to.
I think it's amazing.
And you think this one's good. I mean, wait until this one too. So, I mean, we got some pretty cool testimonies today. So, Kathy G, again, thank you so much. You are our godsend. Thank you so much. So the
Yeah.
next one I want to call up is Miss Diane. Where are you?
I'm here.
There you are, this beautiful soul. So I know you're a lightweight, meaning you just started, but we would love to, same thing, hear your journey. We know
Uh,
you got some great results, so please do share to the audience of how it's helped you and how did it found you?
well, the light definitely found me. I hopefully I won't cry. But in September, it was September the 16th, 2020, my life turned upside down. I had a stroke, and it was a bleed at the medulla. So they didn't expect me to survive. So I was in the hospital for 8 days and rehab for 3 weeks. And so I was in bad shape. I mean, chronic fatigue, chronic pain. I get out of bed and I walk across the room and I go, ouch, 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 you know, for 5 minutes because my ankles hurt so bad. And when I would start, like I can drive for 9 months. And when I started driving and I went to the store, I would park close to the cart corral. So I would have that as my stability, because my legs were so weak that I would say, I can do this, I can do this. And so I push, and so I stayed the same. I didn't get better, and I ran into a friend of mine that I hadn't seen. And we were at a church function, and it wasn't a church that I had gone to. And she was there for a dinner event. And she walked out of the room, and we just screamed and held each other, because what happened was, because I was weak and I didn't get out very much, I fell into her arms. And she said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "I'm struggling. This is the first time I've been out in almost 3.5 years." So we went to, she said, I just started something. I'm going to contact you. So we kept missing each other. And in March, I got worse. And I feel like that we missed each other. It's God's timing, because it gives me the opportunity of a testimony, because I could hardly walk. I bought a red light thing to put on my back, because I was like humped over and just couldn't, the pain was just horrible. So we went to, so a friend of mine said she'd gotten on the patch. And I said, okay. And then another friend had taken a picture a year ago in a bathroom in Tyler, Texas. And she said, I think you should check this out. So that was number 3. So I said, okay, there's something good about this. So Debbie, I called her and I said, do you have anything available? I'm desperate. So we met for lunch that day, and she told me that, she said, well, here's the patches. So we started with X39. She was so generous. She gave me 30 patches, because in my mind, I went, I can't afford this. I can't afford this monthly. And if she hadn't given me the 30 patches, I don't know where I would be, because it was back to God is my provider. But in that moment of pain and desperation, I just didn't think that that would happen. So I was traveling to Honduras to visit a friend. And within a week, my ankles were swelling really like huge. And within a week, my swelling had gone down. And I went, I have ankles again. Within another week, I had joy in my life again, because I was just so hopeless. I thought, I'm only 70 something, and this is not how I want to live. So about 4 weeks later, I went through my detox, and I went, okay, but it's not working again. So I got online and I watched as many videos as I could. And they said, don't give up, be patient. So I decided that I would try it for 5 months. And during that, in April, I went to the doctor in May, because my bruising, I don't know if you have the photos, the bruising was so bad that it would take about 3 or 4 months to heal. And my skin would just rip. And I kept telling the doctor, this is not correct. This is not right. I shouldn't be like this. So this first video our picture is when I fell into the fireplace, and this is what it did to my leg. My skin was so dry that it was so sensitive, I couldn't touch it. So I couldn't even put lotion on it. So because I was dizzy all the time before the patch, I would bump off the walls. In fact, I named my walls because they were my best friends. They kept me from falling. So then I had an accident December 24th. So David, you want to show that picture?
Yep.
So this battery fell on my leg, and you see that it didn't like rip the skin off. Within 45 days, that's a healing that took place.
Wow.
I was so excited, but anyway, back to the patches. So I decided 5 months I would try them. It's changed my life. And so it's like when I came back from Honduras, I talked to my sons and my friends, and they said, "What have you done?" Just talking to me. They said, "Something's changed in you." I said, "It's a light." It's a light within me. And I know when Debbie said that, she said, "It works with your light." I went, "Of course it does. It's God's light. Why wouldn't it?" So that's why I was so encouraged. But I'm just so thankful. And if I don't sell anything, it will be something that I want to do the rest of my life. I'll wear it the rest of my life. So I just started. So that was April 23rd that I started the patch. And I would say 3 months ago, I started rotating glutathione, cortisone, and eon. So I wear those. I rotate them twice a week.
Right.
So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Wow, incredible. That's so incredible. Thank you so much for going on here and being brave, right?
Yeah.
And sharing your story to our beautiful audience that is all going through the journey with you.
Well,
So Diane, how long have you patched altogether?
April 23rd is when I started last year. So
24.
Yeah.
I'll be 77 in April. So
That's where I was going. I want to know. I
She's
want to
77.
know. I want to know. Oh, wow.
That's
so
Well, David, wow. Wow.
I know, I told you.
just thinking about this, give it a chance. Give it at least 6 months.
That's what we always tell our team is minimum of 6 months, if not up to the year, so that your body does have that chance to, to properly heal itself. So, Laura, with all these beautiful testimonies, would you tell our audience how
I will.
is going on here?
I know.
Well,
You know what I love about this is that we have 2 incredible women who are 2 totally different ages, who have really 2 total different things happening with them. And I think the thing that I want everyone to see here is that they have their life back. And I think that's the number one. And when you think of something about the size of a quarter that can provide a tool for regardless of maybe things that people are experiencing, it's a little mind-boggling. So what are we talking about here? Well, we are talking about a sticker, if you will, a patch that is about the size of a quarter. Now, I think all of us are very used to hearing about patches. We open up a magazine, we see them, we get on our social media, they're everywhere. We get them from our doctors. I want to explain to you guys that what makes this patch different is that it's non-transdermal. And all those patches that I referred to just a second ago are transdermal, meaning that there's a substance or a chemical or an herb or solution on there that when you place the patch on the skin or on the body, it penetrates through the skin, enters the body, and hopefully goes to work doing the things that it's promised you to do. Anywhere from let's lose weight, let's balance your hormones, maybe we should quit smoking, right? It's different things. Our patch here this patch that is stuck to my thumb is non-transdermal, meaning nothing's going in the body. Absolutely nothing is going in. So no matter what you might be doing at this moment, there's no contraindication, there's no interaction to any pharmaceutical or supplementation or any other type of modality that you're doing. So I don't want you to ever think that that is a concern. But the question always is, well, Laura, I mean, it's stuck to your finger. How does it work? I see a little white dot there in the center of it. Well, this little piece of gauze is where the proprietary blend is held that our inventor, excuse me, our CEO, owner, and founder invented. And it took him 10 years to get this proprietary blend that consists of organic amino acids, water, sugar crystals, and oxygen. The proper proportion of molecules, okay? So when you place this on the skin, it is able to elevate through a process that I'm going to share with you, a peptide in your body called GHKCU. Now, what's that process? Well, you saw that I put it on my skin, right? Well, if you were to feel your neck or your chest right now, you can feel the warmth. You heard Diane keep on referring to the light in her body. Our bodies are always emitting light or heat, however you want to refer to it. You can't see it with the naked eye. You can only see it if you have infrared goggles on, right? So the light or the heat that I'm emitting bounces off the center of this patch. So these molecules that are in here, they form a lattice structure that becomes reflective. And when my light or heat bounces off the center of this patch, it comes back towards my body in a very specific wavelength of light, like Diane was referring to. And when that wavelength of light comes back to our body, it immediately elevates, upregulates GHKCU or GHK copper peptide. I encourage you, when you get off here tonight, take a couple minutes, go to PubMed, Google it. There's about 13 pages of incredibleness that you will see that this peptide does for the body. And you have had it since birth. But when we elevate that GHK, we immediately, or the body immediately goes to work, resetting a third, over 4,000 genes in your body to a healthier, younger state. And when this process takes place, we are now able to wake up and mobilize your regenerative cells in your body responsible for repairing, restoring, and healing. Now, all you did was put this patch on your body. This is a tool. Your body is doing the work, and it's doing the work like it did when you were in your 20s and 30s. Oh my gosh, how can that be? Diane's 77, right? You know, you guys, when you're born with an abundant amount of stem cells. By the time you're 30, 35, you have half. By the time you're 60, you've used up 80 to 90% of those regenerative cells, the capability of your body getting to the root of the problem, getting in there, restoring and healing and repairing. So now you can see, after hearing from Cathy and Diane, how over time this tool was helped them for their body to get back in that state, right? Now, you heard different ages. Diane's 77, Cathy's 59. I want you to know, when you get started on your patch, depending on your age, that is really going to determine your length of time where your stem cells are totally upregulated and practicing and working like they did when you were in your 20s and 30s. Okay? So recommended use is 1 month's use for every decade of life, or every 10 years of life. Because when you activate peptides, it becomes a compounding effect, right? Day after day, week after week, month after month, possibly year after year, like myself. But you saw what these ladies have experienced. And I want you to know that every 6 weeks when you use this patch, the heart will reverse its functionality by 8 weeks. Now, we have the clinical studies that share this. We also have the patent. David Schmidt has over 90 clinical studies, over 150 patents. So what we're talking about here is clinically proven. And this is what these ladies have experienced, is the ability for their bodies to get back to functioning in a manner of youthful reversal of cellular tissue and organs. Now, David, I don't know how long you've been patching, but like I said earlier, I've been patching for almost 4 years, you guys. And every 6 months that you use this patch, the body has the potential to reverse its cellular age by 8 years. I'm 62, but my biomarkers share that I'm hovering between that of a woman of 27 or 30. I don't know about y'all, sign me up, right? That makes me very happy because I know at that younger state, you don't see bodies that are going through these things that these ladies have experienced, and everything begins to decline as we age. So I'm going to leave you with something before you get back with the person that invited you here this evening. Let them help you decide what works best for you and get you started. Okay, they can customize towards your needs. All right. So I want you to know that time is going to go by regardless. None of us can stop time. The choice that we have here is, in that time, do we want to continue to degenerate or do we want to regenerate? And the choice is ours individually. So like I said, please get back with the person that invited you here today. They are more than happy to help you. We are all part of one incredible team, and all of us have the knowledge and the wherewithal to help you and take you anywhere you'd like to go, be it concerns or prevention. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to David and let him close us out.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Laura, and appreciate your time as well, joining us tonight. It's a great pleasure.
You're
Hope
welcome.
the audience got some good nuggets today between our 2 testimonies, and a special thanks to a lady named Debbie Tengler for putting all this together with Diane and helping her out. So just wanted to shout that out. So with that, please get back with the person that brought you here and invited you here. And until the next podcast is next Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern time, 6 p.m. Western time, and